Hello everyone. In the last video I went through how to install programs on Linux, in particular TCP dump. Now TCP dump is a console based packet capturing tool, so you can see what's going through the network. Now I showed that you can save a file on TCP dump and said that you could open it in Wireshark. Now in this video I'm going to introduce Wireshark and go through the install of it. So same as before, to install you've got to be root, so just do sudo bash. Okay, and apt-get update to update the package source before we actually go to install the program, so it can get all the latest stuff. So now apt-get install Wireshark. Do you want to do it? Yes. Okay, now this question says basically only root can do a capture normally, like in TCP dump, but the program that actually captures it, dump cap there, is saying do you want to allow non-super users to do it? So we'll say yes, even though sometimes that doesn't work in itself, but we'll get around that. Okay, so that's installed. Now I'm just running off the wired network today, okay, got rid of wireless for now, and you just run Wireshark and have a look at it. Here it is. So you can see there's a little traffic graph here for the different interfaces, so you can know which one has your traffic on, okay, to make it a little easier. So that's the one we want to capture from. But I'm just going to close that for now and go back to the normal user. And now run Wireshark. And you see here it doesn't have those interfaces, so I can't really do a capture unless I'm root, but you don't really want to do that. So I'll quit that and do what it said before. Now when we installed it, it said the program that it uses is called dump cap, okay, because a lot of people don't realize Wireshark doesn't actually do any capturing at all. It runs a program called dump cap to do the capturing, okay. Wireshark's just the analyzer part. So the program dump cap, we have to see where it is. You can just do where is dump cap. So it's in user bin, okay, right there. So user binary dump cap. So if I go into user bin and do a list for dump cap, what we've got over here are permissions. You got read, write, execute, read, write if it were there, execute, and read, write, execute. Now the first section here refers to the owner of the file. So what it's saying is these three here, the owner of that file can read it, can write to it, and can execute it, okay? That's usually the case for the owner. The next three are the group. So if you're in the same group as that, which is the group Wireshark. And the next three is everybody else, okay? So anyone can read it, but you can't execute it. See, it's missing the X. So I want anyone to be able to execute that. Okay, so what we've got to do, I'll just go back to the root user here. I'm going to change mod, all right? I'm going to change that to put an X on here. So if you look at this as three sets of 3 bits, okay, you got bit, 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 bit. So these are all set. So that would be 7. If you don't know what I mean, go back to my hex and binary video. That's the reason I did that. So that would be 7, that would be 5, and that would be 4. That's what it currently is, okay? And I'll just do it again. If this was set, it would be a 1. If this was set, that would be a 2 as well, so it would have been 3 if they were both set. And if this was set, that'd be 4, and then we do it again for this 3. So it's 1, 2, and 4. 1, 2, and 4. That's why at the moment that is 7, 5, 4. We really want this one to be set, so I'm just going to change it to 7, 5, 5 for that file. Okay. Now when I list it again, we see the X is now set. So when I go back to the normal user and run Wireshark, you'll see I've got all the interfaces. Okay, so that's how to install Wireshark. And now we can just start capturing. So if I start capturing there, you think it's broken, but it's not. That's just Linux being nice and quiet. So I'll actually have to do something. So I'll just ping Google. And there it goes. So I'll stop that pretty much straight away. What happened there, looked for Google, got told where Google is, and then started sending some pings to it. Okay, so that's Wireshark, but obviously it can do a zillion more things than that. I'm going to go through bits of Wireshark as we come to use them, because there's just too much to do in one video. But I'll just give you a quick, and I mean quick rundown. If we just look at DNS, up here you've got the packets that you actually capture as they hit the network card. And down here is a bit of a decode of those packets, a dissection actually. So if we look at this one here for DNS, what you've roughly got, like it's not always the case, but roughly you've got the layers of the Osi model over here. So the first one is like your physical layer. It just tells you basically when it captured it, what it was, that sort of thing. Doesn't do too much. The second layer, the Ethernet, so you can see your MAC addresses and stuff. Third layer, Internet Protocol, you see your IP addresses. Fourth layer, you see your ports, and it goes up to your application, the DNS. Okay, so that's roughly how it works. And as I said before, you can save a file using TCP dump. If I do TCP dump and write it to a file, today.pcap, okay, TCP dump is capturing, but it's not displaying it, it's just saving it to a file. So Control C to exit that. You can see 12 packets got received. So if I go back to Wireshark, I can open a file and don't worry about saving the one I just did, and I can read what we saved using TCP dump. So same sort of stuff. Okay, so we've now got a graphical tool that we can analyze network traffic. It can also capture, but it can also read the files that were captured using TCP dump. So we'll be using this a lot throughout, I don't know, your career. So we'll get comfortable with this, and I'll give you more tips and tricks and explain things as they come up in the future. But we've got it installed, so we're ready to go. So until next time, take it easy.